Yes, good morning. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And welcome to this last segment of this hour between 8 and 9 a.m. on the News and Views program. And joining me now on the Facebook page as well and on our YouTube channel and the broadcast waves of Al Ansar and Salam Media is none other than Amir Sheikh, the spokesperson of the Somali community in South Africa. The reason why we have him on is because of a rather sad and dramatic story that broke earlier this week, where a man was found in the Waterworks informal settlement to the south of Johannesburg, very close to Lenasia, and apparently he had starved to death as a result of the economic woes that South Africa is going through, COVID-19, and all of the associated reasons. But these are stories that you would normally find or hear about in situations of disaster, utter disaster, famine stricken countries, war stricken countries. But right now, it is on our doorstep. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Amir.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh, Brother Azhar.
Now, you and your associates have been very, hands-on and have been working to try and get to the bottom of the situation at the Waterworks informal settlement. What have you been getting up to recently?
Brother Azhar, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. First of all, may I make this very clear. It's not the first time we have recorded a case where a migrant or a local South African have died of hunger or starvation or due to extreme weather during this time of COVID-19. We have two similar cases. In Mayfair alone, we have got another case where a Zimbabwean elderly person have also died due to harsh weather on the outskirts of Wembley Stadium in Taffontein. So Thabiso Mokhele will be the fourth person who have either died of hunger or starvation or have actually died due to extreme weather. So we have been there. We're still actually meeting the families. I will be going also there today between 12 to 13 o'clock so that we can at least finalize actually the final details so that Thabiso Mokhele, who is alleged to have actually passed on due to actually hunger and starvation, will actually be buried. But so far, the community or the family have received an amount of 4,000 rand from actually the communities and actually well wishes, but still lots is needed. And if by today the caretakers and everything will not be finalized, then at least the community have to pay an extra amount of money to the undertaker and also to the mock, because the more they delayed, the more the amount goes up.
Mhm. Now, Thabiso Mokhale is said to have come from Lesotho, and many of the residents of the Waterwork informal settlement are from Lesotho as well. Neighboring country, very much part of the South African scene for decades and decades, colonial borders that are separating us. Tell us the situation on the ground at the Waterworks informal settlement, and I'm almost certain that in many similar circumstances can be found throughout the country. But what did you find when you went to Waterworks?
Brother Azhar, this is a community that lack all basic essential services. Starting actually going in, they are right opposite the 21st Battalion, the army, on the out closer to actually Lenasia. But I was told administratively they fall under Protea South. These are communities that are lacking all basic essential services. They don't have running water. There is no electricity. The road is actually itself a mess. And everybody there is actually poor and needy. And most of them were people who were doing an all sort of actually odd jobs, but unfortunate. Others actually lost their jobs, others are retrenched. And what you actually see there is nothing but a face of actually poverty, and something that actually is not, you don't realize actually in many parts of South Africa, but you have always been hearing in countries that are not actually stable and that have been actually in turmoil, war, or hunger and starvations.
Mhm. Now, we are told that there are about 3,600 informal homes in this area, and roughly, if you look at it, about four people on average per home. So it's about 12 to 15,000 people that are residing there. Now, what would you suggest is the solution to problems like this? Because we have these informal settlements throughout the north and south of Gauteng, in various urban areas around the country, and people are starving literally as we see it. Where is the solution, Amir Sheikh? Do we need civil society, NGOs to be doing more once again? Do we blame government? Are we saying people just should go out there and make means for themselves? What and how are we going to bring ourselves out of this problem?
Brother Azhad, first of all, when the government, especially the Gauteng province, started digging graves, I had few interviews with actually local and international media, and I said it's not COVID-19 actually or complication related to it will kill many, but these actually graves that the provisional government have dug will actually be filled by people who will die of hunger and starvation, the case of Thabiso Mokhele. And the reason is even right here in Mayfair, on the outskirts of Mayfair in Laklachte, there is a very big informal settlement called Zamampilo. There is other one, Katrada Park, surrounding us. There is also Slovobak. And I'm telling you, if you go there, there is abject poverty. I think we need to assist as much as we can because the government have neglected the poor of the poorest, irrespective of their race, color, or creed, or even country of the origin, where I have seen migrants and South African coexist in abject poverty. The government support is almost zero. And many will actually die and follow the route of Thabiso if at least we will not bring our humanity out and assist as much as we can. And I will urge any person who can assist, wherever he is in the country, where there is actually people who are not working, people who are retrenched, or whose work at least are not actually open due to the lockdown, especially the migrants who are doing the odd jobs like security or car parking that are not yet allowed actually to go back to work, to assist as much as they can. This is actually our collective responsibility. And to be sincere, it's not time even to point finger to anyone. Such a things actually befall to all of us, and we must all take responsibility on such matters.
Now, Amir Sheikh, finally, if I can ask you, you have a, originating from Somalia, a country that has been troubled very severely in the past through hunger, famine, droughts, the ongoing conflicts and war that had raged for many, many years in that part of the world. You have seen the other side of difficulty, so to say. We are right now in South Africa on a knife's edge. If we don't manage to salvage the situation and work together, in your estimation, what would be the outcome with many, many millions of people hungry as they are right now?
Brother Azad, first of all, I left actually young and I did not experience much, but I have been following and assisting compatriots or people at home, and especially during famines or actually whenever there is a problem. And I think if South African government will not correct its ways, it all started with corruption in Somalia, high-handedness, government taking every position, rewarding cronies and people who are so close. If government will not be so serious, South Africa may also go the same route that actually Somalia, South Sudan, and many other African countries have actually gone. And I hope actually it doesn't. And the president, who now also chair the AU, will actually take responsibility on this, because we do not want to see any life lost. One life lost in such actually circumstances is actually too much actually. And it's not the first time. I recall about 8 years ago, while I was also doing some work with the Gift of the Givers, of young students who have starved to death in Perdwal in Northwest. And I think the government have responsibility, rather than assisting their own actually, cadres, to assist the poor. And I'm sure when I was yesterday, I was told this, that actually we only see the government and assistance from government when there is an election, be it the professional or national election or the upcoming local government. And I think they have got rights and responsibilities, and they must actually attend to the poor of the poorest that they solicit and actually seek votes from.
Amir Sheikh, spokesperson and activist based within the Somali community in South Africa, doing wonderful work on the ground. Jazakallah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
وإياك وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. Brother Azhar.